I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now.
And I think that guy's so unusual.
Yeah.
His style's so unusual, and it's like patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And makes him a guy that's one of the most complete fighters right now.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is widely regarded as one of the most fearsome boxers in the world. Thanks to his remarkable combination of explosive speed, power, and precision, he patiently waits for the ideal moment to strike, often delivering brutal knockouts when the opportunity arises. His quick reflexes, defensive skills, and ability to adjust during fights make him nearly unstoppable. With his unwavering confidence and a fierce fighting instinct, Tank consistently dominates his opponents, reinforcing his status as one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing today. Petty Alice views Davis as the most well-rounded boxer in the sport, noting his versatility in boxing, punching, and adapting to various styles. With exceptional power, speed, defense, and ring intelligence, Davis has all the qualities needed to reign supreme in boxing.
He reminds me of the old-time janitors, the superintendents in the big buildings, those big buildings, and they had a big brass key ring about this big with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
You're great with the analogies. I love that. I love the analogies.
And he finds the right key.
He does.
He doesn't walk into a room and like, bang, oh my God, I shouldn't open that door. And a lot of guys do. Romero walked into that room. Garcia walked into that room, So he don't. And that's part of what separates him and makes him a guy that's one of the most complete fighters right now.
Joe Rogan praises Gervonta Davis for his composure and accuracy in the ring. He points out how Davis doesn't rush his moves, instead patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. In the early rounds, Davis tends to throw fewer punches than many top fighters, using that time to analyze his opponent and identify openings. Rogan also highlights Davis's devastating knockout power, which gives him a unique level of confidence, knowing that a single strike can end the fight at any moment.
Giant Gervonta fan. I think that guy's so unusual.
Yeah. His
style's so unusual, and it's like patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Leo Santa Cruz fight was really something for me, because Leo Santa Cruz is a technician. He's great, Mexican style, but he's also a technician. And that fight was very close before Tank stopped him.
Yeah.
But he has that power that can end it.
But he finds these openings and he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient.
Right.
Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he's like at a world champions that are competing today at the highest level. He probably has the lowest punch count in the early rounds.
Yeah.
Because he just wait, but he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he can fucking crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence in that.
But the thing is, can you rely on that? You know what I mean? Because at the end, that Pitbull Cruz fight, it's like that was very close. Pitbull Cruz is a tough guy, Mexican, just staying in the pocket with him. You know what I mean? So it's like a Deontay Wilder thing where it's like you're just waiting on that one punch, but it's like you can't lose every round up to that either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like you don't know whether someone's ever going to be able to figure that out, or whether or not he's just going to keep cracking people.
Yeah.
So it's part of the fun of watching it. I've talked to a lot of like real boxing purists. It's like you can't rely on that style.
Right.
He's got to be busier. When he gets to the best guys, it's not going to work out. Like, well,
Mike Tyson has lauded Gervonta "Tank" Davis, calling him possibly the best fighter today. Many people see similarities between Davis and Tyson, as both possess explosive knockout power, relentless aggression, and a killer instinct. Like Tyson in his prime, Davis instills fear in his opponents with the knowledge that a single punch can end the fight at any given moment, making him a truly formidable opponent.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. He's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Barrios, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
There we go.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
Roy Jones Jr. asserts that there is no one in boxing today who can defeat Gervonta Davis. he admires Davis's versatility in the ring, including his ability to box, punch, and execute his strategy flawlessly. Jones believes very few fighters in this era have the complete package that Davis brings. His rare combination of power, speed, and skill allows him to adapt to any opponent, giving him the edge to get the job done every time.
Ones out there is what they don't know gets less respect for it, but one of the best ones out there. Now his mouth a little different, you know what I'm saying? He's the different kind of character when it comes to the mouth. Yeah. Because that's where he's from. But he's really one of the pound the best ones of the crew. And I'm gonna tell you why he's the best one of the crew to me. He can punch, but he also can box. You understand me? Some that can box can't punch. Some that can punch can't box. He can box, he can punch, he can move laterally, he can do it left side, right side, he can do whatever he needs to do as a southpaw to get the job done. And that's saying a lot, because not many guys can do that today. As
you're gonna have some music on.
Davis consistently enters the ring in peak physical condition. Thanks to his strong commitment to training, this dedication enables him to maintain a high work rate, sustain his power deep into the later rounds, and stay defensively sharp. His endurance and ability to retain explosiveness throughout the fight make him one of the sport's most dangerous fighters.
Day one in the camp, I start running probably like, it's different times. I might don't feel like running in the morning, I might run at night. It all depends what fits you. Like, I'll run in the morning, if I don't, I'll run at night. Train probably like 2 or 3. If I want to do something again, I train at night, or I run, and that'll be it. But when I'm in camp, I really don't go outside. Like, it's hard for me to go outside, so I just be in the gym and home. That's it.
In addition to his immense punching power, Davis possesses remarkable speed and agility. His rapid footwork allows him to maneuver around his opponents effortlessly, while his quick hands help him land precise and devastating combinations with accuracy and power.
Frank was on stage, he said, "I'm going to beat Tank's ass." What's your response to that?
A lot of them said that. A lot of them said that, and I want him to have that attitude because, again, I know what's under the hood with him. He's forward built tough.
Some people just go away and be...
But you specifically?
Me? First of all, I get a camp house, you know, out here. Like, day one in the camp, I start running probably like, it's different times. I might don't feel like running in the morning, I might run at night, you know. It all depends what fits you. Like, I'll run in the morning, if I don't, I'll run at night. Train probably like 2 or 3. If I want to do something again, I train at night, or I run, and that'll be it. But when I'm in camp, I really don't go outside. Like, it's hard for me to go outside, so I just be in the gym. And
Davis's ability to explode with speed and power at any moment makes him highly unpredictable, forcing his opponents to constantly second-guess his next move and adjust their strategies on the fly.
Dang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oscar De La Hoya has acknowledged Canelo Alvarez's greatness, but believes Gervonta Davis is now in his prime and on the path to becoming the next face of boxing. With his undefeated record and rising popularity, Tank has positioned himself as one of the sport's top attractions. De La Hoya sees Davis surpassing Canelo in both influence and legacy as he continues his reign in the ring.
2 questions. Who's the face of boxing according to Oscar De La Hoya?
No, look, I mean, Canelo proved filling in 50,000 seats, and, you know, he proved that he's the big dog, you know. I mean, Gervonta's right there too. He's like knocking on the door, but it's right there, Gervonta, Canelo, man. But if you take a look at Canelo's last performance, it's like Gervonta's kind of creeping up on him. So, I mean, we have to, you know, speak the truth, man, and say, look, I mean, I think one more fight, I think Gervonta's maybe one more fight away from, like, you know, being the top dog, but it all depends on Canelo, how he looks on this next fight.
And my last question of the day. You mentioned a Gervonta Davis rematch. What would be the difference in the rematch? I know you said it's going to sell 4 million. I agree with you.
Yeah, but, I mean, and with my expertise, that fight shouldn't take place.
Some argue that Davis might even be a better boxer than Terence Crawford. His ability to mix up punches, use varied angles, and deliver powerful combinations sets him apart, unlike Crawford, who often starts slow. Davis applies pressure when necessary and finishes fights with deadly precision. His adaptability to any situation and his ability to change tactics during a fight make him the most dangerous boxer in the sport today.
About Tank is that Tank is a better aggressive fighter than Crawford. He has everything Crawford has. He can box a fighter coming after him. He can go after you, and he can just box you. He got all the things Crawford has. He knocks everybody out just like Crawford, except for I think Gervonta's chin is slightly better, and I think Gervonta is aggressive better. And it's funny because when Terence Crawford goes out there, he's going to beat you athletic. He's going to be like, bam, 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 bam. But there's a certain poise that Gervonta has that I'm like, that is super special. And he has that Floyd Mayweather poise where he cannot be doing much, but he's beating you. That point. I'm like, listen, approaching the fight, Gervonta Tank Davis approaches the fight better than every.
And Jose Benavidez has praised Davis, calling him an exceptional fighter who trains relentlessly. He even compared Davis to Mike Tyson, emphasizing his raw power, tireless work ethic, and ability to intimidate his opponents before the first round begins.
Tank Davis, champion of 130, 135. Mario Vargas, the champion 140. You know Mario, San Antonio tall, 25-0, 17 knockouts. Tank 24-0, 23 knockouts. What do you think?
Man, Tank, man, is a great fighter, man. When he trains, he's an animal. He's fucking beast. He's one of my favorite fighters too. I will have to go with Tank, man. Like I said, if he has a good preparation, he's a monster. He's a little Mike Tyson, man. He's a beast, if he trains. Now, he doesn't train. He doesn't look like when he fought. Yeah, but everybody says that. But when he fought Gamboa, he didn't look that good,
He looked great against me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that no, that's what I'm saying. When he trains, bro, he looks super, man. He looks super good, But hopefully he takes things serious, and I think he'll look spectacular again.
How does your top 5 pound for pound look like in the boxing right now? Who do you have 1 through 5?
Man, that's gonna be pound for pound. I would say I would put Canelo in there, pound for pound. Then I would put Terence Crawford second. Then I would probably put a third, man. It's a little bit hard right there, but I would put Earl Spence in there. It's in between Earl Spence and Terence Crawford. So that's 3 right there. I would put maybe 4. I would put Teofimo Lopez. And 5th, I don't even know who to put 5th, to be honest.
You could put Tank, you could put Sarno, you could put your son, you could put...
I would put David, pound for pound, number 1.
He's a monster. So tell everybody where to follow you again.
They can follow us at Jose Benavidez Sr., Benavidez Sports, Team Benavidez, and Benavidez.
Teddy Atlas has long been a vocal supporter of Davis, noting that he always saw the potential for greatness in him. Atlas believes Davis's unique mix of skills, intelligence, and knockout power sets him apart. While Atlas has labeled him an all-time great, he also pointed out that Davis lacks the same mindset that defined Manny Pacquiao's career. Despite his unmatched power and skill, Tank does not share the relentless hunger and warrior mentality that Pacquiao displayed throughout his career.
Here's my problem with Tank. My problem with Tank is I wish he had the Duran mindset. I wish he had a Pacquiao mindset. Like, I wish he wanted to be welterweight champion and wanted to, Pacquiao was 5'5", right? I don't think Pacquiao punched harder than Tank, and Tank is definitely slicker than Pacquiao. I just wish he had that mindset to say, I'm gonna conquer 147, I'm gonna conquer 140, Teofimo Lopez, you're next. If he had that mindset, we're talking about all-time great fighter. I think his abilities is all-time, but I'm saying greatness. I just wish.
Joe Rogan has spoken highly of Davis, sharing his appreciation for watching his fights because of how distinct his style is. Rogan points out that Davis is economical with his movements, never wasting energy, which contributes to his overall effectiveness in the ring.
He's one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. He's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot. My God.
Yeah, he very explosive, and he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power.
But, you know, he just, in his mind, he know it's a matter of time to fight.
Floyd Mayweather has also given Davis high praise, referring to him as Little Pretty Floyd. Mayweather sees Tank as a reflection of himself in terms of skills, dominance, and his ability to control the ring.
I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to...
Oscar De La Hoya has called Tank a beast, emphasizing how difficult it will be for anyone to defeat him. He specifically mentioned that, while Shocker Stevenson is a talented fighter, he would face an extremely tough challenge against Davis.
I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good. Which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with.
Many fans and analysts believe that Shocker Stevenson and Vasyl Lomachenko are avoiding a fight with Tank Davis. One of Davis's greatest strengths is his adaptability. He can fight effectively at any range, whether up close or from a distance. His ability to adjust to different styles makes him one of the most unpredictable fighters today. De La Hoya has suggested that Davis should move up to the 140-pound weight class to face more challenging competition. He feels that Davis has been criticized for taking easier matchups, and that stepping up would help solidify his legacy.
Have a fight, yes, but have it at 140. Fighting anyone at 140 would be more exciting than this fight against Lamont Roach. Nothing against Lamont Roach, but I'm telling you, Gervonta Tank Davis fanboys, not the fans, but the fanboys, you're not going to be able to convince people that Lamont Roach is someone to get excited about versus Tank. It's not going to happen. You're going to try to call people casuals or whatever. But really, people who really knows boxing, they know that Gervonta Tank Davis is too much for Lamont Roach, right? Now, I was saying go up to 140. Fight who, Showbiz? Fight anybody. Just have a fight at 140. And when you see in hindsight that Teofimo Lopez and Devin the American Dream Haney is now negotiating for their fight, you can understand now why I would say something like that. He has a fight at 140, then he takes on the Teofimo Lopez and Devin the American Dream Haney.
While often overlooked, Davis's defensive skills are a critical part of his success. He employs a high guard, shoulder roll, and head movement to avoid clean hits, making him a difficult target for his opponents to land punches on.
Small, unknown guy who used to sit at the top of the boxing world a few years ago by the name of Floyd Mayweather. What happens in that fight?
Another relationship gone sour there. Gervonta's had a lot to say about his former promoter. You would say Gervonta was a protege of Floyd, and I like that matchup. I like it a lot. Speaking about how what does Gervonta do when he's got somebody in front of him that can be sharp for 12 rounds? Floyd is the definition of he is on point at all times, and he will not get caught with anything crazy, anything unruly in the corner. It's just not going to happen to Floyd Mayweather. And so, with that being said, we got Tank by knockout.
Go watch the full episode now.
Shane Mosley has commented on the tension between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis comparing their situation to his own relationship with his son. Mosley explained that as Mayweather's career progressed, it overshadowed Davis's opportunity to shine. As Davis's career advanced, their relationship grew strained, with public statements and social media exchanges exposing the rising tension between the two.
Feel about Floyd and Tank beefing online?
I see it a little bit. Yeah, you know, I like both guys, so it's like, I know Gervonta has his issues with Floyd, and you know, Floyd has a big ego where he wants to, you know, be the man on top, and Gervonta trying to get on top, but it seemed like he has to get from under Floyd because Floyd's a big man. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard. It's kind of, it kind of reminds me of me and my son. Like I kind of like got myself away and let him do his own thing and let him have his own glory, his own, you know, his own glory, his own life. You know what I'm saying? So me being there all the time will shadow over all this stuff. Sometimes. Not intentionally. I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm not trying to be like, I don't care about him. I want him to be the best. But me being too close to him all the time takes away a little bit of his shadow, a little bit of his shine.
Davis has openly expressed his frustration, accusing Mayweather of trying to control his career instead of truly supporting him. Their fallout stemmed from Mayweather's strong influence over Davis and his growing desire for independence, as Davis wanted to take full control of his own career path in boxing.
Telling me just stay calm. I always like to listen to Floyd when it comes to big stages like this, because he's the only one that been in my shoes and been like in these type of fights. You know what I mean? So I always try to stay close to Floyd when stuff like this happens. You know what I mean? Just to keep me humble and, you know, like, had me on the right track, you know what I mean? So I always appreciate Floyd for being in my corner, having my back, always, you know what I mean? So it's always be love for Floyd.